This year, more than 2 million students wrote the NEET, all of them competing for roughly 1,20,000 available medical seats. Now, this medical entrance exam is the largest test in the country, and naturally, the stakes are pretty high. And so is the security. GPS tracked vehicles transport question papers to exam centers that are monitored through AI assisted cameras. There are even 5G jammers that block electronic communication at these centers. Even the frisking is thorough. For example, on May 3rd, the exam day, security personnel noted that some students were wearing shirts with too many buttons and then flicked them off one by one with razor blades. Other students who had tracksuit pockets saw those pocket zippers get cut out with penknives. But all of that meant very little because the real breach had already happened days before. 10 days after the exam, the National Testing Agency, or the NTA, which conducts the NEET, announced that the paper had leaked. Students would have to sit for the exam again. This was the second NEET leak in 2 years. You see, the NTA runs India's biggest national exams like the NEET, JEE, CAT, and UGC NET. The agency was created about a decade ago specifically to prevent such leaks, and now it was under fire again. Then, on 21st May, even as outrage over the cancelled exam continued, a parliamentary standing committee met NTA officials to revisit some recommendations that were made after the 2024 NEET controversy. The panel, which was headed by K. Radhakrishnan, a former ISRO chairman, had identified a structural weakness at the heart of India's examination system. The NTA had become too dependent on outsourced vendors and were lacking the institutional capacity to securely conduct exams at this scale. And that warning suddenly looks far more urgent right now. Because just days after cancelling this year's NEET, the Education Ministry announced that from 2027 the exam would move online. Now, computer based testing is an area where veteran players such as TCS Ion have long standing relationships with the NTA in conducting various other examinations. An NTA official said that while TCS Ion, Eduquity, and NSEIT are the NTA partners, the agency is currently focusing on the rescheduled exam. The decision on who the partner for the next NEET will only be taken after this. And all of this is happening in a country where passing a competitive exam is the only path out of tough livelihoods for millions. And the NEET has become a lightning rod for both the students and the state's anger. So, the government's logic to fix this seems pretty straightforward. No paper means no paper leak. But it's not like online exams are foolproof. And even NTA's own computer based exams have faced disruptions before. Which is why, even within the official circles, there are conflicting opinions on what the right way to conduct the test is. Welcome to Daybreak, a business podcast from The Ken. I'm your host, Ritu Verghese, and every day of the week, my co-host Snigdha Sharma and I will bring you one news story that is worth understanding and worth your time. Today is Monday, the 8th of June. Private tech companies do most of the heavy lifting when it comes to running India's exams. Their services range from providing the software, deploying technical staff at centers, and even processing results. And there's serious money involved in this space. Between FY19 and FY24, the NTA has collected over 3,500 crore rupees in application fees and spent more than 3,000 crore rupees on conducting exams. But it's not all good news for companies like TCS Ion. It is an arm of the Tata Consultancy Services and the biggest player in the space. Venguswamy Ramaswamy, who was the global head of TCS Ion at the time, said in 2020 that Ion held around 85% of the market running exams like the JEE Main, CAT, GATE, and UGC NET. He claimed that exam services made up nearly 70% of its revenue that year. Now, the shift to online testing could benefit these vendors in the short term. But the Radhakrishnan Commission, the panel that reviewed the NTA after the 2024 NEET controversy, had already flagged a problem that the NTA's heavy reliance on outside vendors is a structural weakness. The panel recommended that the NTA phase out its dependence on private test delivery agencies and build in house software and hardware instead. It also suggested using central school chains like Kendriya and Navodaya Vidyalayas to develop the required digital infrastructure for computer based testing. The report even noted that there is a strong case for the transition from pen and paper to computer based testing. It is a direction that does seem viable right now, and that's because the NTA handles so many high stakes exams. But the path to the solution still remains a little unclear. Stay tuned. Not everyone agrees that going online is the answer. The Parliamentary Standing Committee pointed to the UPSC and CBSE exams as examples of large scale pen and paper tests that still function seamlessly. Now, that might make the committee sound kind of old fashioned, but it has raised a different and very important valid concern. Computer based tests can be hacked in ways that are much harder to detect than a paper leak. And the track record of NTA's own tech partners proves this. In 2021, the CBI investigated multiple TCS Ion centers after irregularities were found during the JEE main exams. 7 people were arrested and 20 candidates were debarred for 3 years. You see, the TCS software had been remotely accessed from a center in Haryana and had been compromised. Now, there have been other controversies as well. In 2023, for example, a TCS Ion employee had helped a relative cheat in a recruitment exam. In 2024, yet another TCS employee was arrested for leaking Rajasthan police recruitment papers. And then there are technical issues. In fact, in the same year as the police paper leak, Oxford University terminated its contract with TCS Ion within months, citing persistent technical failures. Another NTA partner, a Bangalore based company called Eduquity, has also faced its own share of controversy. A 2022 teacher eligibility test it conducted in Madhya Pradesh was hit by a paper leak. A year later, similar issues emerged again during a 2023 Maharashtra MBA exam. The company had also been declared ineligible by a central government body in 2020. Even NTA's own online exams aren't free of disruptions either. In 2024 alone, 5 of its exams, including NEET UG, NEET PG, and UGC NET, were rescheduled due to paper leaks or the fear of it. But even as the Radhakrishnan Committee recommended that NTA develop in house software and hardware, that does not really solve the current problem with paper leaks. Because the problem might not be in whether the exam is pen and paper or computer based, but in the NTA itself. One of the committee's key suggestions was to restructure the NTA to improve accountability. It recommended having a representative of the Education Ministry on the board and appointing 2 additional directorial generals. That's probably why one of the first actions of the Education Ministry after the latest leak was to appoint 2 joint secretaries and 2 joint directors. The committee also recommended creating 10 verticals within the NTA. This includes divisions for information security and testing infrastructure, each for a different facet of the exam. But these still have to be established. And one major issue that still remains is transparency. You see, the NTA does not publish a detailed annual report or conduct public audits of its operations. In fact, in March 2025, the Parliamentary Standing Committee had actually asked the agency to submit a comprehensive annual report. The report was supposed to detail the agency's activities and expenditures to the Parliament. The request was even reiterated in December that year, but no report has been submitted so far. And for the NTA, the current challenge is more immediate. NEET UG is rescheduled for 21st June. The biggest risk then may not be a student wearing a shirt with too many buttons. but whether the NTA itself is capable of running an examination system that the public still trusts.
Daybreak is produced from the newsroom of The Ken, India's first subscriber-focused business news platform. What you're listening to is just a small sample of our subscriber-only offerings. A full subscription offers daily long-form feature stories, newsletters, and a whole bunch of premium podcasts. To subscribe, head to theken.com and click on the red subscribe button on the top of the Ken website. Today's episode was hosted and produced by my colleague Rachel Varghese and edited by Rajiv Sien.